What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to Cashflow and Coffee. My boy probably has some coffee. I've got some tea, which I can show you guys to prove to you that I'm also getting caffeinated. I could have said I have coffee. You guys would have literally never known. But anyways, we're here, as always, every Monday, 9:15 AM, MST. Let's go. How you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm good, man. How are you?
It's really funny. I don't usually talk to you that much over the weekend compared to the week where I talk to you like every 3 hours, I feel like. So it's like kind of, I was like, oh, hey, there's my business partner.
I kind of just relaxed a little bit this weekend. I did some work, but for the most part, I was just chilling. I went shopping a little bit, got myself a big purchase.
Oh, what's
I
the
bought
big purchase, bro?
I bought a new mountain bike.
Oh, big ballin', dude.
very-
How much is like a good mountain bike?
The one I got was about like 6,600. So they're pretty
Wow,
expensive.
this guy's balling, dude. Holy Jesus, a $6,600
If you
mountain
wanna
bike?
go-
What the fuck? You don't even own a car. That's the even funny part.
I don't own a car. That's hilarious.
That's really funny. So you just mountain biking around LA now?
Well, not downtown, but I'm gonna like go to the trails.
Then how the hell are you gonna get how are you gonna get the mountain bike to the trail?
Oh, I have my girlfriend's car. I just use one of those like.
Oh, you're a lazy bum. That's what you are. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, this is Cashflow and Coffee. We answer all of your real estate related questions. If you're on IG, come over to YouTube. That's where you're actually going to be able to ask questions, and I'm going to actually be able to see what you guys are saying. So come over to YouTube if you actually want to see the show. This is just to attract you guys to YouTube. So come over. We got a lot of people in here. Ooh, like we got Luke the man. We got Eli. We got Harvey. We got Gustavo. It's cool to see the crew here today.
Every time I see Eli in here, I always read his name as Ellie for some reason.
It's because you're an idiot. That's why. What do you mean, Ellie? Ellie is like E-L-I-E. Is Ellie, I think.
Or there's two L's or something.
Sorry, my integrator doesn't know how to read.
When should I have a second number to type here?
Okay, hold on. All right, no. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Luke was in here. He literally asked this question before we even started the show, right? This was like, he actually texted us this because this is what happens, guys. If you come on here every single time and I see your name, I'll eventually give you my phone number at some point. So, he texted this beforehand and he was gracious enough to keep it going. So, Tyler, good morning. Yes. In Zapier, can you keep certain combos to certain numbers on one account? And if so, could you show us?
If so, could you show us? Yes. So, well, it's there's not much to show, but you just have to be logged into
show.
Okay. You have to be logged into the account that the number is assigned to for your messages to send from that phone number. So that's the answer. Like I can't show you. I'm not going to show you logging in and out, but yes, you can have multiple numbers and keep the conversations on that same number, but you have to be logged in because by default, when you send out a text, it's going to come from the number that's assigned to the account you're logged into.
So basically, if I have two numbers, I assign it to one account, and then I have to re-log into that account in order to text from that account and call from that account.
Yes, from that phone number.
Okay. There is a trick that I could show people where you could be in any account and you can call from any phone number, but you can't text from any phone number. Texting, you have to change the login.
Correct.
But I don't know if I really want to go into a Zapier demo. If Luke wants it, I'll give it to him, but he has to comment and be like, no, I want to see that. Eli, when should I add a second number for Zapier?
Immediately, because you're going to be doing outreach.
I would. Yeah.
So
you should add like 5 numbers immediately. You should have about 5 or 6 numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you should not be doing outreach on your primary number. So you should have your primary number be the one
number, and then you should have 5 to 6 numbers that are like just sending out initial text messages so you don't get blocked.
Right. Unless you're just hardly doing any outreach, then you're okay. But
love it. Yes, I am. Luke, you are correct. Glad I went to the meetup last week and got to hear you speak. Thanks for running the panel. Josh, thank you for coming. That was a fun meetup. That was the first time I've really spoken where I was like a guest speaker. Huh?
What did you speak about?
Raising private money. It was fun. I definitely raised the least amount of private money compared to all those people because I've needed it the least. I need it sometimes. I've used about like 50K out of the 300K I think I have in private money. Right? Nice. So, yeah, it was a great time. What does it take based on your experience to be able to accomplish one deal a week consistently? There are certain KPIs related to that, but there's a lot that goes into getting one deal a week consistently. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I think I've just hit that in my business, to be honest. It takes a lot to do one deal consistently a week, unless you're micro flipping in like Florida, then it's easy. But if you're like doing agent outreach and you're getting an agent deal once a week, you need to, there's so many different things. The main KPI is 30 conversations, quality conversations with realtors a day. If you've already filtered them through text outreach, I would say equals one deal a week average.
And that's 30 conversations as in intro calls plus follow-ups on deals.
Yep.
So not your follow-up conversations that if you're using Zapier, you have automated follow-ups that go out. We don't count those as conversations. We count follow-ups on deals, real conversations over the phone. And
it's
then
on the phone conversations.
Correct. Yep.
That's the main one. There's a lot that goes into it, though, other than that, too, like your ability to close, how good is your system. The system's easy if you buy Zapier, but if you don't have Zapier, you're screwed, basically. I don't even know how you do this business. But other than that, you need to like be doing the calls every single day. That's the most important thing. It's hit 30, and that's minimum, right? And then it'll be up to your closing ability and your system at that point. Right. What's your dispo process? That's a
Logan. Don't you have
long-ass question?
Don't you have my dispo process, bro?
No, but come on. You don't know. Just because they have the system doesn't mean they immediately know how to use it.
Right. All right. So dispo process is.
Should we just bust out the flow chart again?
No, that doesn't even go into the dispo process. It just says dispo.
Just be fun if we do it every time.
Personally, is I'll call my VIP buyers first. So if I know I have a property on the top of my head, or a buyer at the top of my head, when I have a property that's going to like it, I'm calling them and texting them first. I like to do that because if I can do the least amount of work and sell that deal to one of them without having to send it to my entire list, I'll do that. If none of them like it, basically, and what I consider VIP buyers are people who have bought from me in the past. So I'll call those guys unless it doesn't match with their criteria. And then if it does, if they don't like it, I'll send it out to my entire list. And so what that consists of is a text message with a link. Like if you guys use Zapier or MailChimp or something, you have like email preview links that you can just share like over text. So we provide that link. We just send a text blast to all of the buyers saying, hey, we have a deal. Here's the link to the property packet. And then 1 hour later or 2 hours later, I believe, if they don't respond, a follow-up goes out. So we make sure that we retouch all of the buyers that didn't respond, that probably got, was distracted at the time or were busy, whatever. That is where most of our responses come back from, is that follow-up text. So if you guys aren't following up after you deal blast, it's very important. And then we have the email blast go out about another hour or two after that, which is the reason we have the email blast go out after the text blast is because the way we do our texting is we want it to seem like we're reaching out like they're the only person that got sent that deal. So like we want to make the text seem like I'm reaching out to them personally about the deal. So they think I haven't sent it out to anyone else. And then the email blast goes out. And that just acts like if they didn't get the text, then they'll get the email, but also they'll see the email blast go out and they'll think it just went out. So, it'll act like almost like another reminder basically, or another follow-up almost for them to get back to me. If they're interested. Obviously, if they're not interested, they don't care at all. But usually if they're interested, they're going to get back to me quicker that way. And then worst case scenario, I'll post on Facebook groups and like shit like that.
What he said. How do you find buyers?
Okay, so you can use Privy, PropStream, batch leads. We pull cash buyers.
There's a live, I think, on my YouTube. I might have never published it. I think I recorded you doing the tax record outreach when we weren't partners, and I don't know if I ever published that or not.
I don't know.
Go look for that.
Should probably check for that.
Yeah.
So we'll use one of those three platforms, and we'll filter all of the cash transactions that were done by entities, and then we take those entities, put it into open corporates, and then find the owner of that entity, and then we take the name and put it in True People Search, and then we take the phone number and we just build a big spreadsheet of all the phone numbers, and then upload that into Zapier and text blast them all basically to see if they're open to working with more buyer or if they're open to purchasing more deals. That's how we do it pretty much. So it's all off tax records. We don't use any social media bias.
Cool. What would you guys put for the voicemail in the outreach workflow? Man, Gustavo, it'd be really easy if you just bought Zapier because it literally has it. I don't remember. Do you remember?
Yeah, it has
dude, we have them in Zapier. Are you guys asking us silly questions?
In the outreach workflow, I'm pretty sure I've told you this, bro, but it's just like a blanket voicemail, just something simple like, hey, I saw your contact info online, wanted to see if you'd be open to working together, call me back or text me if you can, something like that. It doesn't matter, like just make something up, it's super easy, just a voicemail. But don't say their name, don't say the address, don't say the city, don't say anything. Just you make a voicemail that you can use.
Make it generalize out. Just be like, hey, just called you. I need representation. Call me back. I think that's a funny way to do it. I don't know. Try something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Eli, does the numbers in Zapier keep changing for every SMS going out? If you follow the setup that Tyler put in the demo, yes.
Yeah, so you have to make sure when you buy your phone number, you assign it to a user, and then you assign
it'll change it for the campaigns. It'll change it for the outreach workflows, but for your text, your manual text, it will say one number, your number.
Yes, what he said. But you have to assign the users to the workflow. Like I had somebody come into the support Zoom and was wondering why it wasn't working, and all they did was buy the phone numbers and they didn't do anything else. They just bought the number. But you have to set those numbers up. So I have a video in there. It's how to send text from multiple phone numbers.
There you go. What if all my skills are potato level? It means you'll get potato deals, dude. What kind of questions?
Read books, man.
Get better. Just get way better. Be better. Be a better man. Hey, I just tried calling you guys. I need help with contracts. I'm working with wholesalers. What contract do I get first? Was told non-option, but I'm trying to split 50-50 with seller. Trying to sell for agreed prices. I'm trying to sell for agreed prices. I'm not trying to split 50-50. This is very hard to understand, my man. I would say you should probably split it 50-50 if you were agreed with a wholesaler on that.
Wait, why would you not want to split 50-50?
Usually for the dispo, that's the best deal. Is splitting it 50-50.
Maybe he thinks he can make more.
Like how? How as a dispo, usually the most you can ever make is a 50-50 split.
That's not true at all. I've made way more than my ag wholesalers before because they didn't know. They just sent me a deal and I was like, oh wait, I can sell this for way more.
I don't think ever as a dispo I've made more than the yak. You've definitely never made more money than me on a deal.
Well,
that's
you, yeah. You have stupid ass deals.
Yeah. Well, you'll just see like a 90K fee and you're like, bro, I'm making 5K on this. Fuck you, dude.
Because they want 100 grand. And
I'm like, bro, at least you're getting 5K. Come on, dog. Because they want.
Then sell for 120.
Just be like, if they want 100, just be like, hey, I'll give you. Okay, Tyler, you were right. Then I would say, hey, no, hey, I think I can find a buyer for you at 100 grand. Can we make that happen? And then you get a non-exclusive option and then you sell for 120. And just be like, I'll be paid by the buyer.
I don't tell them typically what you're trying to sell it for, but usually if they're causing an issue, I'll just be like, look, do you want this deal sold or not? Like, I can get you your asking price, I think it's a good deal, and I'll just throw my fee on top. I'll net you what you were going to make before anyways. So, I mean, I'm down to work with you, but if you don't want to work with me like that, then, if you're trying to just pocket watch me and worry about how much I'm making, you don't want me to make more than you, then I'm not open to working with people like that. So let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if you need to say that last part. I don't even think you need to say if you're not open to if you get mad that I make more than you, then I'm not open to working with you. Why even say that? Has that ever actually even been a problem for you?
Yeah. Wholesalers
really? Somebody complained?
Yeah, they try to negotiate with me on the split because they know I'm going to make more. Like I have people
How would they know you're going to make more?
Because I've sold their deals before and I always make more than that.
It's like, dog. I mean, like, I feel like if I was you, I'd just be like, look, if you want, we can do 50-50 every single time. Because not every time I'm going to make more than you.
If they're being difficult, just do the 50-50. I mean, you make money or not.
Yeah. So I'd send the non-exclusive even with the 50% part on second half of contract. The way you're saying this is very confusing. I think so. I don't quite understand your question, bro.
You're either doing a non-exclusive option at a set price and you add your fee on top of that.
Yeah.
Or you're doing a JV where it's like 50-50 or 60-30 or whatever the split is, or 60-40 or whatever. So It's one of those two. You're not doing you can do a non-exclusive option with a split, but then you're just like overcomplicating things.
Just if someone sends you a deal at 100, just be like, great, I can get you 100. When I dispo, I would try to get 50-50. If I thought I was going to make 5K or something like that, I'd be like, bro, I got a buyer for you. Let's split it 50-50. That's what I would try to do, right? Usually for me, at least I wasn't like a huge micro flipper, but for me, I would try to dispo deals at 50-50. That's where I made the most amount of money. The ones where I had to just do it at their price, I almost never made more money than the other person. Sometimes I did. Actually, no, never I did. I sometimes would make a decent amount of money. Like I'd make 40K and they make 60K. But anyways.
I hope that's
cool. Yeah, I hope that's helpful too. Gaetano, you gotta asking the right questions is gonna be helpful because I'm not 100% sure what you're asking either. I think we answered it. But
also just something that helps us is like compact your messages into like one thing, explaining it instead of like a million messages.
Yeah, either way, I don't really care. Cool. Well, those are all the questions that we got live. If you guys don't have any questions, we'll just end it early. I didn't really. I kind of didn't.
From the Discord.
What? No, I wasn't really asked. I wasn't really asked that many questions this week, or I just forgot to put them in there in my head. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it early. If everybody for this week got all their questions answered, Oh, Logan coming in hot. How many agents do you have currently that lead you to doing a deal a week? What, like couple, like 10, 20,000, something like that?
No,
they're in the database.
Yeah, but that's not active. So active agents probably around
like 1,000.
Close. I think it's more. I think it's close to like 2,000 to 3,000.
2 to 3K. That's how many.
Actually, I think it's 2,000. Yeah, because he was transferred a lot of agents from you and stuff.
It's pretty nuts. Pretty crazy. Could you briefly go over your weekly schedule with your act team?
While you do that, I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Briefly go over the schedule. I would say that like going over the schedule would be, I'm assuming, do you mean what I do with my team or what they do every single day? I'm assuming you mean what I do with them. Our weekly schedule is we have a daily meeting every morning. We meditate for 15 minutes together at 9 a.m. Then then there's like a team meeting. We just quickly see if there's any real big issues. Mondays are comping meetings. Tuesdays, let me look at the calendar. Tuesdays are comping meeting. There's nothing on Monday. Wednesday is a weekly pipeline review where we go over every single deal. Comping meetings, teaching comping. Thursday, we review calls. We just go over calls. Sales meeting, we review calls and or congrats people. And those are all 30-minute meetings. Other than that, I'm just kind of there for them. If they need me, they come to me or they just go to the training. So that's all my meetings. I spend maybe scheduled in maybe 2 hours a week with my act team, 2 to 3 hours. The trainings does everything else and their natural sales ability does everything else, right? If they need my help with a situation, they can call and text me whenever. So I probably spend like 4 or 5 hours a week with my act team in total, maybe a little bit less, maybe 3 to 4. It kind of depends. It depends on what is happening. Generally, if I'm spending too much time with a salesperson, it's a good sign I need to fire them, to be honest. That's usually salespeople can figure it the fuck out, about what to say to a person. So you hire the right people. That's around how much time you should be spending, and that should be the schedule. You say active, do you mean people who agreed to be partners? When we say active, it means somebody who agreed to find us deals for us. Agents who were willing to find us deals.
Those are people that are getting followed up with every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Luke, I'm going to do this because this is a follow-up question. You mentioned you refer them to the training. Is that like recorded training you've done for your team? Yeah, we have a trainual. It contains my entire sales process, exactly what you should need to say in almost every single situation ever possible. So they get most of what they need from the trainual. I have the system down, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need to spend one-on-one time with them. I also do a one-on-one meeting with every single salesperson Monday. Like I'm going to do them today, where I check in, see how their morale is, see what they need help with, see how they're feeling, right? And yeah, I would say that.
Harvey, read this book, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's good that he reads books like that. I've been reading How to Delegate Everything. That's why I don't want to do anything in my company anymore. The next thing, I need to hire everything out for Tyler first, and then we're going to hire the hiring manager out, and then I'm going to do nothing.
Then I just call him and tell him when we made hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want like Discord notifications to tell me how much money we're making, or if there's a deal or not.
We have that.
We signed like a paper where now Tyler can just sign all the contracts too.
Yeah, I could honestly fuck us over, but I'm just kidding.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like steal money?
No, what I mean is I have signing control. So if I sign some dumb shit, then you're also fucked.
I would just be like, I don't know this guy. That's what I would say. When you're using different numbers to reach out to agents when they agree to work with you, do you give them your personal or just save the number you outreach with them? So the process is you outreach. Okay, you want to say it? This is a you thing.
Yeah, we give them your number that you have in Zapier, or like if you don't have Zapier, then whatever your primary number is, because your follow-up should be coming from your main number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's your outreach is going to be done differently, and then what's going to happen is it's going to confuse them at first. You're going to send a text message from your main Zapier number. So it's going to be a little weird for them. It's a little bit annoying as a solopreneur. It makes more sense once you have a VA that does the outreach, because the VA is like, okay, I'm going to transfer you over now, and then you get a text from a different number, right? So yeah. Roberto, my man, dude. Roberto's a beast. He's my best TTP student by far. Absolutely crushing it. Working with agents. This was a cool deal. I like this. It was pretty sick. I wish I had a bell.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Good job, brother. Okay, so you have a main CRM number, but then when you reach out, you're using multiple numbers, so you're not blocked? Yes.
Yes.
Would you guys pick up the phone if I call after the call? I suck at describing this stuff. No, I'm not picking up the phone. Learn how to explain yourself better, because you're going to need that skill in order to get deals. Think about how to explain what you're trying to say better. Communication is super key. I don't imagine us talking on the phone is going to confuse me any less. You should be able to ask a question via text in a couple sentences and have me understand what you're saying. Sorry, not sorry.
Jonah's ruthless, bro.
I'm a little bit ruthless, but it's fun, you know?
We can answer it right here. Just
learn how to type. Sorry.
If you want a cheat code, guys, if you want a cheat code on how to explain things properly, I do this in my SOPs in training all the time, because I sit there and I type all this stuff that I think in my head of explaining something, and I read it back and I go, that makes absolutely no fucking sense. So I copy that and I put it in ChatGPT and I say, explain this better. And then I copy that and I put it back in the SOP. So you can do the same thing.
Yeah, there you go. Who needs a college degree when you have ChatGPT, right? That's the one thing I did get out of my college degree, was I actually learned how to write really well. Learning how to write is actually pretty crucial. I've learned. That was it, though. I don't know if it was worth 120K exactly. Do you interview Zapier users? Once I get to a deal a week, I want an interview. Yeah, bro. If you get a deal at all through Zapier, I'll interview you, dude. Just like hit me up on my IG. I'll interview you if you make 50K with Zapier, we'll interview you. We'll have you come on here. Yeah, you don't need to get to a deal a week. That'd be awesome, but you don't have to. All right, it's 9:45. I'm chilling. We've answered a lot of good questions. I think we're good. You got any last words for the people?
Have a great day, everyone.
You got to work on your showmanship. All right, for sure. Next week, Cashflow and Coffee, Monday. This week, Scorch the Fears, we've got Daniel Kong. He's a pretty cool guy. You should check him out on Instagram. He does a lot of real estate stuff. And that's this week on Scorch the Fears. So come through. We'll see y'all next time.